Welcome everyone. I hope you're here for College Algebra, Math 121. You should be in section 3 and we're meeting in Hodge 253, 11 o'clock Tuesdays and Thursdays. My name is Dale Saylor. I'm glad to be with you. I hope you're going to have a good time and learn a whole bunch. You can find me, Dale Saylor, in Hodge Center, room 238. In case you're interested, I'm in Spartanburg, South Carolina. Here are my phone numbers. Now this one is for my office, and I haven't had a call on that for over a year, if at all. This is my cell phone number. That's the best way to get a hold of me. I've got two main emails, not the only ones, but this is the official one, dsaylor@uscupstate.edu. If you use sayloro@uscupstate, that'll work too. However, if you want to get a hold of me the most efficient way possible, use this one, saylormath@outlook.com. That's where I'll look in between times to see if one of my math students needs some help. Here's your textbook, one of the versions anyway. Either the 12th or 13th edition should work. Look for the name Lyle and you should be in good shape. Syllabus. In the Blackboard, you'll find lots of things on Blackboard that I put there. You can find the syllabus. You can find lots more in folders. And these are by chapter. So as long as you keep track of what chapter you're in, go to that folder and you can find the PowerPoints for the lessons and the assignments too. If you can't find something you need that you think I should put there, just let me know and I'll see what I can do. You'll also find the lessons on YouTube. Check out the Dale Saylor channel. Just go to YouTube, type my name in, and you should be able to find it. Once you're there, look for playlist top center, and it's sort of obvious you're looking for College Algebra 121 Upstate for fall 2024. That should get you the right place. You should bookmark it and then start viewing the lessons. Each lesson is followed by exercises in Blackboard. Let's just take this off. Blackboard is really the best way. Blackboard. You find all the assignments there, print them out, and you'll be in good shape. That's your homework. If you want to find me, here's a good idea. Office hours, Monday and Thursday. I'm going to have to change a darker color here. Let's go to red for a while. Okay. All right. So Monday and Thursday, you can find me in my office. Remember, Hodge 238. You might want to stop by there just one time and make sure you know how to get there in case you need to and are in a hurry. Fridays by appointment. I usually will be in there in the mornings, but no guarantee unless you make an appointment. Tuesdays and Thursdays, you can find me in here from 11:15 to 2:20 or 2 o'clock. Sorry. That's in between classes. My classes start early, 8 o'clock. Statistics class, 9:30. Another statistics class, Tuesdays and Thursdays both. Followed by your class at 11 o'clock. And that lasts until 12:15. Make sure you're there on time and you stay for the duration. If you leave early, I count you as absent. We're meeting in 253. You should already know that, I expect. But just a reminder. And then at 2 o'clock, I've got another class, my fourth class of the day. That's Math 120. It's college mathematics in the same room that you found college algebra. That should give you an idea how to find me and when to find me. As always, by appointment, especially on Mondays and Wednesdays. All right, how do you get to the lessons? I'm going to move back here to yellow so you can see my marks. Okay, so the lessons. How do you get to them? Well, first, go to YouTube. I'm pretty sure all of you know how to go to YouTube. Search for my name, Dale Saylor, to find my channel. Once you're there, click on that, and then at the top center, look for the option for playlists. Once you've found the playlist, pick out College Algebra 121 Upstate for fall 2024. Of course, right? What else? You might want to bookmark this. Bookmark this. Here's a bookmark for you. Start watching the video lessons. Watch the video lessons. Take notes. Note your questions. You'll need them for when you come to class. Make a list of those questions that you need to ask me in class. Bring those with you and you'll get your answers. In fact, we'll bring this up again. Those questions turn out to be very important because it's part of what I call J1Q. Just one question. Assignments. Each section topic is explained in a YouTube video. Watch it, take notes, make a list of the questions. I know I'm repeating this, but I want to make sure you get it. The actual class sessions are for answering your questions. Now, I know some of you would rather a face-to-face be lectures in the classroom. However, there's several reasons for doing it this way. Number one, length of lesson. Now, you don't want me cutting a lesson short and not explaining everything. Well, having things on YouTube allows me to make it as long or as short as necessary so I can explain what the topic is. Second, if you have an absence, you haven't missed a lesson. The lesson will still be there waiting for you. Number three, in class. That's where you ask your questions. And the good thing is we have an hour and 15 minutes and it's totally reserved for all your questions. You don't have to worry about whether you can ask questions at the end of my lecture because you've already seen the lecture, you've written down your notes, you've written your questions, and the hour and 15 minutes is all yours for asking questions. Now, as you might expect, you're responsible for all the material on the YouTube lessons. You're also responsible for the assignments, which you'll find on Blackboard. Now, make sure you're here. Make sure you're in there. Do not leave early. If you leave early, I'm going to count you as absent. And of course, if you think about it, leaving early is rather rude unless you have a real reason to have to leave early. Maybe you've got a doctor's appointment. That's fine. Just check with me first, though. All right. And also, if you happen to have a class previous to mine that makes it difficult for you to get there on time and you're late, or maybe you had a doctor's appointment and you got there, maybe 10 minutes late. Make sure, remind me at the end of class so I count you as present. You don't want to fail for it not attending. Now, big deal, J1Q. I mentioned that before and I'm going to explain it now. J1Q stands for just one question. The way it works is this. I give you a free 5% on your final grade. But you have to keep the 5%. Every time you come to class, you must have a question ready. Either something you've gotten from the lesson, something you've got from your assignment, or just make up one that you think someone else should ask. You have to have a question ready. If you don't ask a question, no question means you're going to lose one of those free percents. So make sure you're there. Make sure you have a question ready to go. Most of my students, when they realize they need it, they come to class with a piece of paper that has their question right on it. If I call on them, they just grab their piece of paper, ask their question, and they're ready for the day. Okay, some not so trivial things. If you have any accessibility issues or need special accommodations, number one, check with me. There's a good chance that whatever it is, I might be able to help you in class. But another possibility is check with Disability Services. Here's their number. I think they're over in the Campus Life Center. Check with them, get an appointment, and do that as early as possible. They'll give me a list of things that I can help you with, but don't forget, you can check with me first. Classroom. Okay, all this should make total sense. There's only one or two things here that really you shouldn't already know. Be on time, get in your seat, which I'll assign you, and get ready to take notes. Have your paper out, your pencil or pen, and ready to go. Stay in class until we're dismissed. Stay alert, no falling asleep. I'm not that boring. Come on, really? Turn off your cell phones, please, or turn the volume off. Avoid talking with other students while I'm talking or whether they're speaking. Use good manners. All of this is good manners. Ask questions any time in class when someone else isn't asking a question, of course. The work is expected on the date it's due, and you can look on your assignment sheet to get a general idea of when it's due. Any assignments are due before the test for that particular topic. Okay, one big one. You're going to need a scientific graphing calculator. You're going to need that. Now, maybe you already have one. Great, that's fantastic. If you do, just make sure one thing. You know how to use it. If you don't have one already and want a suggestion. The TI-84 Plus CE is an excellent one. The TI Inspire, probably my favorite, is another great one. They're both easy to use, and if you have any questions, I am sure I can answer them. And last of all, which sort of covers all the rest, remember, we are a team. If you work with me, we're going to make you a success. And in fact, how about an A in this class? Sound good? Let's work on it. All right. Now, if something happens other than what I'm doing in class, and it makes the environment not what it should be, let me know, and I'm going to make any kind of arrangements I can. I'm available all the time by email. Remember, the sailormath@outlook.com. Good way to get a hold of me. Cell phone, if it's necessary, or at the last moment, it's not impossible. Occasionally, that's the best way to answer some question you have. Text. Let's mention text. Texts are not a good way to get a hold of me and ask a question. It really handcuffs the way I can answer your question. Send it by email, please. Stop by the office. That's good too. All right, and last, one you might not totally expect, but I expect you to do this. Check the announcements in Blackboard daily. I may have something there that's important for you and for your class. So check the Blackboard and check your email at least daily. I would suggest 3 times. Morning, afternoon, evening, maybe even in between if you get bored, right? It's important because if I see something interesting and I think, wow, this is so good, I've got to pass it on to my students. This is something that I think you should know immediately, and it's going to help you. And in that case, I might send you a link, maybe from YouTube or somewhere, or a document, so that you can expect those mostly by email. Occasionally Blackboard, but expect things from me by email. All right, let's get to work. Assignment number 1. Now let's start off with something easy. Write a paragraph about yourself. Now there's 2 parts to this. First of all, type it up, an 8.5 by 11 copy, bring it to my office or to the next class meeting. At least a paragraph, that means 4 to 5 sentences. So you're going to type it up, and also you're going to send me an email copy just in case that is something that I find handy. Okay. Oh, yes. Yes, this is homework. And when you pass it in, oops, not 10%, you get 10 points for your homework. Now, how about this? If you take the homework to Hodge Center 238 when I'm there, you get 11 points. So if you did that, say, tomorrow, you would then start off the semester with 110% average. Not too shabby, right? Worth doing. Assignment number 2, calculator exercises. Remember I said you needed a scientific graphing calculator? Well, you can have any kind you want, but this is to make sure that you know how to use it. So I've got a worksheet that I made up several years ago, and it's got questions that require you to try different things. You've got addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, square roots, all kinds of things. Fractions. Yes, if you have 7 plus 82 divided by 3 over 19, I want you to be able to use your calculator in the most efficient way possible to get the correct answer. Now, what do you need to do? First of all, on Blackboard, you'll find the calculator worksheet. What you'll find is after you print it out, that's the easiest way to work with it, I think. Print it out. The first thing you'll notice is that, oh no, all of those? There are 120 questions. Well, you don't have to do all 120 questions. What I suggest is this, and I'm going to clear the screen here so I can show you a little bit better. Okay, so here's your calculator worksheet. And you've got 1 through 120. And you have a question, and then you've got the answer. Question, answer. So you're going to be checking it yourself. If you can do the first one, you put a check mark for yourself. Second one, check. Now, because there are 120 and you probably don't need that much practice, although there's plenty in case you do need the practice, I suggest this. Only do the odd numbers. Or, if you want to, just do the even numbers. That's it. And that will work. As long as you get that done, bring your copy to class with all those check marks done, and another 10 points. It's important because you're going to use the calculator in various ways during this semester. You need to know how to use that fantastic tool. All right, so you're going to do it, odds or evens. Now, if you have a lot of trouble and need more practice, if you did the odds, you can then do the evens. Make sure by the time you're finished that you really know how to use your calculator. That's the idea. Assignment number 3. This is where you really get started. This is what you expected. These are the regular lessons. So how's it go? Oh, it's 1, 2, 3. First, you're going to watch the lesson. You're going to write down your notes, and you're going to make a note of the questions you need to ask in class. Second, you're going to take the exercises that I've placed on Blackboard for you and see how well you do on them. Again, take notes as you're doing that. If you have questions, make sure you've got those questions. Besides, remember, you need at least one every class period for J1Q, just one question. Third, now you've watched the lesson, you've tried the exercises. What's next? We come to class. And in class, we take care of all those questions. We've got plenty of time. We've got an hour and 15 minutes, and it's all for your questions. So make sure you keep track of them and have at least one with you when you come to class. All right. I would like to have the exam schedule for you here, but the last time I checked a few days ago, I can't find it on the official website. And when it does, I'll probably make a new copy of this with the schedule on it. But remember, Even if I do and send it to you, it's unofficial. The official one is on the USC Upstate website. Well, that's about all I have for you right now. It's time to get going. It might seem a long time until December, but trust me, both as a student and as an instructor, it seems like once the middle of October comes, things sort of speed up. And next thing I know, it's time for finals. And you'll find that true too. Now, this could be the most important part of this video. Get ahead. Oops. Get ahead with your lessons. So if 2.3 is next, it's even better if you're up at 2.5. That means you can ask questions earlier, and it is relaxing. If you're up to 2.5 and everyone's at 2.3, that's a good, comfortable feeling. Okay. I think that's about it. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing you and meeting you and getting to know your name. The first day, we're going to assign you seats, and I'll get to know you in a couple weeks. Well, until then, I'll see you and keep smiling.